should be my own view, and I agree it's disputable, is that you shouldn't use propaganda even when you try to propagate the true view, but they propagate things which are true.
How do we distinguish between propaganda and political art? For instance, where do we draw the line between an ideologically situated period film like Rome, Open City, and a propaganda film like Mother?
Okay, Borough, the line is not good. Can you say that again and a bit more slowly, please?
Of course. The whole question, or?
Yeah, the whole question. I only got a bit of it.
Okay. How do we distinguish between propaganda and political art? For instance, where do
what propaganda and
political art?
Okay. Oh, okay.
For instance, where do we draw the line between an ideologically situated period film like Rome, Open City, and a propaganda film like Mother?
Yeah. Okay, so as I said, there's a difference between ideology and propaganda. Okay. An ideological view, in the way that I've defined the word, is a false view. So there's the question of how you determine what's true and what's false. And of course, you know, that's generally speaking a hard question. But many things are contentious in life, but some things are not contentious. It's not contentious that the world is undergoing global warming, which is going to have thoroughly destabilizing effects in the years to come of agriculture, migration, and so on. Science often gives a good way of determining what's true and what's not. So it's important then that we form our beliefs in ways that track the truth. And we have some mechanisms which track the truth much better than others. We should use those. Propaganda is a way of propagating a view. And as I've said, propaganda is a way of inculcating a view which sort of bypasses people's rational faculties. And as I said in answer to the last question, I really don't think that's a good idea. Now, that doesn't mean that everything you do to understand the world has to be done in terms of reading science books. I mean, you know, that would be far too narrow, because artworks can certainly show us the world. For example, there are many films, or documentaries I've seen recently about migrants, for example, crossing the Mediterranean, which actually show you what the world is like and the lives that migrants often live. Of course, you have an emotional reaction, but you come to believe things about the world not because of that emotional reaction, but because you see the facts of the matter. So I'm certainly not against using art to educate yourself about the world. But first of all, the question is, is this showing you something about the world, or is it the figment of some ideologue's imagination? What you're being shown true? And then again, you ask yourself the questions that I sort of ran through, like who's showing me this? Why are they showing it to me? What techniques are they using to show me this? Who benefits if I believe this? So you apply this kind of filter to the artwork to try to evaluate it and make sure that what you're getting out of the film is something that deserves belief and is not simply an emotional knee-jerk reaction.